Hi, I'm Dr. Russell Sharp, and together with Ian Wilkinson up in the Northeast, I've put together a biological program for cereals. So this is an extension of our fungicide reduction action plan, which I'm going to put up here, hopefully. And basically it expands that to include biological products that will improve yield. So not just controlling fungus and reducing fungicide and growth regulator use, but other biologicals that you can use on a cereal crop that will boost yield. Now, this will be of use to other crops as well, even sports turf, gardens, horticultural crops. However, it's focused on cereals. So the first thing that I always focus on is a seaweed extract as a biostimulant early on in the spring to get the crop up and growing. We produce a cold processed product here at Utrema, but there are loads of great seaweed products out there on the market. All have their different features, benefits. If you want to know more, I'm happy to give you my opinion on various ones. I'll recommend other people's if mine's not the best one for your situation. So I've got a good deal of experience in manufacturing seaweed extracts and testing seaweed extracts. And then the other thing, the product I go on first in early spring with is Omex Biomex Starter or any other microbial based product. I mentioned the Omex one because I don't sell it. And to just give you an opinion that I think this is a particularly good product, there's another good product from Legume Technologies up in Nottingham. They've got a really good product. I've struggled to get that at certain times of the year though, so I've not mentioned it on this program because they sell a lot into soybean in North America and South America. So certain times of the year you can't always get it. That's a good solid, I think it's a Bacillus moleculifaciens Biomex Starter. And beneficial microbes. At the same time, if you're drilling seed in spring or autumn, you might want to go on with Mycorrhizae and beneficial fungi. I always recommend a company called Symbio in the Czech Republic for them. So if you wanted them, I can purchase that in for you, or you can go direct. And again, I'm not getting any backhanders, any commission for recommending them. So there's three products that you may not even get from Utrema, and I've recommended them. Hopefully that'll tell you that I'm not just selling this as sort of a sales pitch. I'm trying to just help farmers transition from chemicals to biologicals. And then we get into the core of the fungicide reduction action plan, which is Chitosan as a biofungicide, 2 litres per hectare. Ian up in the Northeast, he uses I think like 1.5 litres per hectare. But you can go up to something like 8 litres per hectare. The European Union regulations state that, and even on like grapes you can go to 16 litres per hectare, and it's all just based on economics. It's not based on return on investment or anything like that. So I'd go 2 litres per hectare personally, and then with a second pass or tank mixed, potassium silicate to increase cell wall strength, and salicylic acid as a defence elicitor. So we manufacture a very highly concentrated salicylic acid product here, and we've got a very highly concentrated potassium silicate. But if you want to buy that from somewhere else, feel free. There are other companies selling those products. Just we provide a very high, I think we're the most concentrated product on the market, certainly the most cost effective. There's a couple of costings there as well, but this is more like a pick and mix. You know, if you were to add these up, it might not be economical to apply them all per hectare, but it's just to give you a flavour. And you might think that one is more useful than the other. And then as we develop the growth stages, you would continue with the potassium silicate, but you might take certain things like the chitosan and the salicylic acid off, because potassium silicate is going to give you physical strength all the way through, right up until harvest really, and limit lodging. So you could go with our blackgrass pathogen spores as an option. You could go with a magnesium foliar, a potassium foliar, a micronutrients foliar, obviously without cobalt and nickel, which if you see my other videos, I have a particular problem with because they're carcinogenic. Also with that iron, so a lot of micronutrient products, just be careful there's not, if you're in an arable situation, you might not want a lot of iron that is in a lot of the micronutrient products, and that's because the micronutrient products are developed for sports turf, and iron is obviously beneficial. It greens up sports turf, but you might have other issues, interactions when it comes to arable crops. You might want to put a phosphite on, which you can still do in the UK. You might put a foliar nitrogen on. They're very popular at the moment. A lot of people in the regenerative agriculture are melting urea and putting foliar nitrogen on. There's a lot of talk about amine or amide type nitrogen based products. A lot of companies selling them. They came about around about 10, 15 years ago. I haven't got a clue what's in them, and the scientists don't really reveal it. But so I can't say whether they're good or bad or indifferent or expensive for what they are or really good value, because I have no idea what they are. It doesn't say what they are in the safety data sheet, and that's their prerogative. You know, if they want to do that, as long as it's non-hazardous, that's fine. But I just can't give you an opinion on them, those sorts of products. Potassium humate, you could put on as a granule before drilling, a soil conditioner, or you could put on a fulvic or humic and humic foliar treatment. So we manufacture a 30% concentrate. We manufacture phosphorus liberator, which goes on in either at drilling or pre-drilling or just after germination. We sell that through Agravista. That's the only product we sell exclusively through a distributor, because we've got a good relationship with them in sports turf and other products that we sell outside of cereal crops. Liquid gypsum, obviously that's a core one for Utrema. We sell a lot of that into domestic situations now with the wet weather, but that's of use and has been shown to have good results at fairly low dose rates in arable crops, especially if applied, if you can target the application to the developing seedling. And then I talked about mycorrhizae, and then guano. Guano is one that's talked a lot about in sustainable agriculture and biologicals. Getting a good source is difficult. An interesting fact about guano is that bat guano is organic, but albatross-based guano cannot be declared organic, because when they were developing the organic regulations, they decided it wasn't sustainable, the albatross poo harvesting process. So I'm on a hunt for good bat guano at the moment, and the suppliers if you supply guano, you only check your emails about once every 6 months, it would appear. So there's Madagascan guano, there's Peruvian guano, there's Indonesian guano, and I think I'm just going to go on a fact-finding mission around the world looking for the best bat and albatross poo. I've gone a bit off topic there, but yeah, if you think I've missed a biological on this program, amino acids. I've not got amino acids on there. Some people love putting amino acids in, especially mixing them with seaweed. I have no idea why, but people love mixing them with seaweed. And to be fair, customers I've spoken to who have applied amino acids with seaweed have had really good results, especially in horticultural crops, high-value crops. That's another very popular biostimulant, and we can get hold of that. We sell fungal amino acids to our customers. It's not something we have on our website or advertise much, but it's because it's not super special. I mean, there's lots of amino acid-based products out there, based from either fungi, bird feather, leather, blood. Amino A in South Wales, theirs is based on pig's blood, I think. Soya. A lot of them are based on waste products or food grade materials. Very rarely do you use a single amino acid because you get feedback inhibition. Because amino acids are based in groups, and if you biosynthesis groups, and if a plant detects just one, it thinks it's got loads of the others in that family, because normally it would synthesize them all together. And so if you artificially increase one, the plant will become deficient in all the others, because it will stop making that whole chain of amino acids. And so that pathway. And so that's why there's two reasons why blends of amino acids are always good. One, they're good because they can get from waste streams or food sources, and two, it prevents that inhibition. And of the amino acids you should look for are glutamic acid, because it's 1,000 or 10,000 times more bioactive than all the other amino acids put together, and that's proven because that plants have evolved to detect just that one as a sign of protein decomposing in the soil. And the other one is tryptophan, which is required for auxin synthesis. So tryptophan and glutamic acid are what I always look for when I'm searching for amino acids. It's probably a bit too in-depth for this video, which is supposedly just about cereal crops. I've got the growth stages up there as well. I'm not an agronomist, and so a lot of it is like Japanese to me, GS1 to GS4, and then T1 and T2. I have no idea. So you're the experts when it comes to this. Your agronomists are the experts. I'm just the plant scientist. I'm the idiot who has to formulate the products and make them and get them to you. So if you've got any questions about biologicals and the transition from chemicals to biologicals and the combination of the two to produce bumper yields, then let me know. If you want any experience, if you want to know anything about like people who've done this and have used biologicals on their crops, if you're looking for independent assessments of whether they worked or they didn't work, we can put you in touch with farmers and you can speak to them directly, fellow farmers who've used biologicals. And yeah, and we're very open and honest about products that work and products that don't work. So I'm Dr. Russell Sharp. Thank you very much for listening to this absolute drivel for 10 minutes or so. Please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. Thank you very much.